Guys, I'm Ty, which you may know as the Terror City. 2014 has become a pretty good year for movies. Because the movies I've seen so far is The Legend of Hercules, Yoka, mind you. Then you have Noah, Spider-Man 2, which are pretty decent. And then have the Lego Movie, which is pretty damn awesome. What was this other movie? Oh yeah, RoboCop. A decent movie. Well, up there with the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Noah. The summer movie season has finally, the summer movie season has finally kicked in. And, well, the summer movie season has been getting pretty good reviews. For Transformers: Age of Extinction. So, with that said, what can be said about the movie I'm about to review? Well, I'll tell you that but before, this is the new segment of what I like to call the perfect, the good, the bad, and the worst movie reviews. So yeah, if you guys saw from the intro, I'm going to review Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So let's begin. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes began in 1968. And it's based off a book series, it's based off a book called Planet of the Apes. I hope I pronounced that right. And it's simply also known as Monkey Planet, and then it was also known as Planet of the Apes. This movie was a success in 1968. So successful, it spawned 4 sequels. Two reboots and a reboot sequel. So then, we didn't got another Planet of the Apes movie until 2001, but we then had Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. And while I don't think it's as bad, I do enjoy it. And yeah, but it does suffer from problems. So we didn't got another one until 10 years later, where we had Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And I liked this one. It was pretty awesome. Had some decent action, great, and it was a very fun movie. And yeah. And when it was a sequel, it actually looks really good. So, without further ado, what do I think of Dawn? I liked it, loved it. Best movie of the year, up there with the Lego Movie, top notch. So, what's the movie's plot? It's been 10 years since Rise, and the apes have been living peacefully, and they have been doing pretty good stuff. And not to mention, the first 10 minutes of the movie basically tells you what has been happening since the events of the first film, and you get the whole point. So, you get the whole point. But when the humans appear to get fuel, they end up, things start and hell breaks loose. It's all very good. The cinematography is all well done. I like the setting. You get the post-apocalyptic feel of this place, and you really, you get what I mean. And then you have what was it? Then you got the CG, which is absolutely well done, and the action is also spectacular, the best. action, well choreographed. Now, onto the characters. Let's start with Andy Serkis as Caesar. Caesar is awesome in this movie. He's top notch. I liked his character, and I was feeling for him. I was fearing for him, and I really liked what his character went through in this movie. He's also very violent in this movie. I won't tell you what happened, but what he does, he goes very violent in this movie. What, you think he's violent in Rise? Well, watch this. He's violent. Real violent. Now, onto Cobra. And also, Gary Oldman. Now, if you people think I'm mentioning these two, it's because many people who watched the trailers and never saw the film think that they're the bad guys. And if you guys are one of those people, well, basically, they are bad guys, but they're bad guys they can sympathize with. This is what I mean. Cobra is someone who simply got tortured by the humans 10 years. In Rise, and when you hear that, you can sort of sympathize with it. You can sort of sympathize with him. You can sort of know that ever since that he hates humans. You can sort of tell why he wants to extinguish the humans for. And the reason Gary Oldman's character doesn't want to do it is because because his son got killed by the virus, and he's simply keeping the people alive, and he's trying to protect his own kind. So Cobra and the other guy is trying to keep their races survived. They're trying to protect their own kind. Now onto the other main character. He's no James Franco. But he's freaking awesome. I really liked his character. As I said, he's no James Franco, but he's still awesome as always. Actually no, this is the only movie I saw him. But he's awesome in this movie. And he's the kind of character that you can sympathize with Caesar and the two main villains. And that's all we can say about that. Now, as I said, the motion capture for this movie, it's really top notch. Now onto the motion capture. Yeah, but like I said, the motion capture is really top notch. They really took the motion capture and made the apes look real. They move realistically. They move like apes move, and it's really awesome. Seeing someone move and that, it's pretty good. It's nice to see that they use sign language in this movie, and it's nice to see them use sign language in this movie, because if you guys are fans of the Apes series and ever saw this rebooted franchise, well, let me tell you. In this movie, they don't talk that much often in it. They do talk like, oh, actually, no, I shouldn't do that. But yeah, you get my point. But they mostly use sign language, and like I said, they do it realistically. They don't just say, "What are you doing?" Okay, you get my point. But yeah, but they are trying to make the movie realistic, so you could get the point. And that's all about it. Actually not. But yeah, the CG is already well done. Best CG. Action, top notch, you already heard. Cinematography is really well shot. The movie's directed by Matt Reeves, who did Cloverfield, if you guys don't know. And he really did a top-notch really top-notch theme with this movie. And you can sort of tell that these shots are pretty well done, including some of the action sequences, which are really well shot as well. I'm glad they're not shaky cam like that. But yeah, despite that, Dawn Kicks is awesome. Now, if you guys haven't saw Dawn, I highly recommend you do. Its acting is well done. There's a lot of great visual effects. It has top-notch action. I highly recommend it. If you guys are huge Planet of the Apes fans, if you haven't saw Rise, watch Rise, then watch Dawn. If you guys already saw Rise, go see Dawn. What are you waiting for? I saw this movie in 3D, and the 3D is not that bad. But like I said, if you guys if you guys like the Planet of the Apes films and have already saw the Rise and haven't seen Dawn, then what are you waiting for? Go see Dawn right now. It's awesome. I give it the perfect rating. Sorry guys, I just ended up. But yeah, go see it. It's a perfect movie for a perfect audience. Go see it right now. Or if you guys are bored, just go spend your 2 hours and 10 minutes and watch this movie. Trust me, your 2 hours and 10 minutes will be worth your wait. See you guys, and see you next week when I take a look at Guardians of the Galaxy. See you guys.